everyone. Welcome back to season two. We are now on episode 5 of the ZWSB.24 podcast. Thank you, everyone, for joining in today. Hey, sis, how are you doing?
Hey sis, I'm doing well. I'm excited for episode 5 of
Yeah.
ZWSB.24. We are halfway through the season. We have been bringing an episode to everyone every Tuesday rather than every other Tuesday. So I hope that everyone has enjoyed what we've been putting out there. I know our last episode, we had a special guest, Dayla Brown, MSW. She does counseling. So I hope you guys found that delightful and was able to take away a lot of great parenting tips. So
Yes.
I'm excited to jump into season 2, episode 5. Let's
Yes,
go.
I'm so excited. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different from our last episode. So thank you, Dayla Brown, for that, for the parenting tips for the last episode. But guys, this one is a super cool one too. Um, I did hint a little bit on the last episode about Stephanie and I going on our out and about journey. So we went to go see two artists. But before we jump into that, to just give you all the information and details and everything that we did, let's get into our current event.
So, everyone, I know that the rates have been a little volatile in regards to the housing market, even
Mhm.
purchasing cars within the last 2 years. But guess what? Rates are finally starting to come down. So, I know a lot of people have recently bought homes. I know my sis here, she just purchased a new home with her family. It's beautiful. I had the opportunity
Thank you.
um, when I went down to do our concert weekend to check out their home, and it is definitely a beautiful home. However, within the last year, people that have bought homes, they bought homes at a higher interest rate. Or even if you've purchased a car based on need, a lot of people have purchased cars at a higher interest rate.
Yeah.
So, what we all have to look forward to, rates are actually going down. So, the Fed rate has gone down, and that means that the housing rates will go down eventually. They've actually already started going down, and car rates will go down as well. So, you have an opportunity to refinance in the new year. They're anticipating that that will be the best time to refinance in the first quarter or end of the first quarter or beginning of the second quarter. And actually, they're saying that purchasing a car, you can probably purchase a car by the end of the year and be able to take part in great savings. Now, this is something that is definitely historical. I know for a fact that they do a lot of dealerships. A lot of dealerships in regards to like Ford, different types of models and makes of cars. They do go on a year end clearance. And so a lot of
Mhm.
people can take part in getting a new vehicle at a good rate and a great deal because they're getting rid of all of their inventory to
Mhm.
definitely restock for the new year. So that's what a lot of you have an opportunity to do if you've recently purchased a home, or even if you've purchased a home a little while ago and you have a higher interest rate, you can look forward and do some research to refinance. And you can even get a new car at a lower interest rate, excuse me, than you have been able to in the past year. So that is my current event for season 2, episode 5 of ZWSB.
Oh, thank you, sis. That's really good information. So yes, like Stephanie said, um, I just recently purchased a home with my husband, and the crazy thing is, we are supposedly soon. I say soon. Supposed to be purchasing another car for myself. So I actually did that years ago. I got a 2013 Highlander back in 2012 at the end of the year, and so even though what I have wanted the exact, I guess, the current year, I kind of went the year before because I knew that they were trying to clear out all of those Highlanders. Toyota, you guys, is obviously, it's a really good, reputable brand. I've had Toyotas pretty much all of my life as driving. I grew up with a Corolla Toyota with my parents, and then my parents bought a Camry and then handed it down to me, and then I upgraded to a Highlander. But I do want to start looking and shopping because I am due for another one. My car is about to hit 12 years. I call her Heidi. My kids named her Heidi the Highlander, and she's been chugging along. I mean, I really don't have a whole lot of issues. Some little things have been kind of breaking down here and there, but nothing that's going to not make my car actually drive and work. And so it's been a great car for me. I'm a little saddened about that. I'm going to have to kind of part ways. I might keep her in the family so that my older child can actually use it. But I'm actually thinking about moving over to a Telluride. It's one of those.
Yay.
Yeah, that's one of the things that one of the cars that I really like for an SUV, if not probably a Passat. I do like those cars as well, but that's good to know. So I'm gonna keep that in mind as I start
Mhm.
shopping around late this fall season. And thank you so much for sharing that, sis. And
Yeah.
so but yes, before we continue with the show, for those, if you are new viewers, this is your first time tuning in, I am ZW. This is my best friend here, but I do call her my sister. I've known her, guys, almost for 26 years. She goes by SB, and we are your co hosts for the evening. So we're going to go ahead and jump in into what this episode is about. So it is all about Out and About, our concert edition. So last season, we did it Out and About. And if you tune into season one, we went and visited the Lavoot. I think she did Adrian Houghton did a pop up tour around the country, yeah, to show her all of her latest outfits. And so we did that. And then we went to like a winery. But this time we were like, okay, we're going to kind of go a little bit even bigger. But we did a double feature weekend
We
a couple
did.
weekends ago. And it was so exciting. I absolutely loved our time. Sister, thank you so much for coming up and taking the time. I always get excited, when we do things like this. So I'm so excited to share with everyone. But our first one that we went to was Tori Kelly. So she's on her Purple Skies tour. We went on Saturday, October 12th of this year. Matter of fact, she's only has like a few more shows over the next week. And so kind of saddened about that, just because she's such an awesome person and she just brings so much joy to the world. And I can't believe already that her tour is about to be over. We kind of got the end of it, but we actually bought her tickets like way back. I think it was end of March, early April.
We did.
Yeah, we hopped right on it because we just wanted to make sure that we got in. And it was at the Fillmore in Baltimore, Maryland, which is like an hour north of where I live. So it was pretty easy trip, but we wanted to tell you guys of kind of like what we did, how we shopped for our clothes, how we got ready for it. So do you want to share a little bit, sis?
Yeah, so we had a lot of fun with this one. It was definitely a 90s nostalgia feel, 90s nostalgia vibe. So it was all about the baggy jeans, the cargo
Mhm.
pants, the crop tops, bandanas, the hoop earrings. It really took you back to that moment in the 90s. We were in elementary school, and I
Yeah.
just remember wearing these things. I remember, the track suits, the slushy pants.
Yes.
I remember the boot cut jeans. And so it just felt really good because all of that actually is back in style again. I mean,
Yeah.
cargo pants are with, the midriff or the cropped tops. You don't necessarily have to show your midriff, excuse me,
Mhm.
because pants are now high rise as well. So
Yeah.
for my birthday, actually, right before Z um, introduced the idea of the Tori Kelly or going to the Tori Kelly concert, I went
Mhm.
and I bought these cargo pants and I bought a lot of
Mhm.
different kind of cropped like tops. So it was pretty easy for me to put my outfit together. It's something I kind of already had in the closet.
Yeah.
So I was really excited that I had something to wear.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, like I have naturally straight hair, as you guys have seen. So I curled my hair really super curly to kind of give it like the Tori Kelly vibe because she has beautiful, curly, bouncy, bodied hair.
Mhm.
So I did that. We had fun doing our makeup, just kind of listening to the music as we were getting ready. So that was a little bit about my outfit. You guys will
Yeah.
see a snippet of it. We also wore, of course, when I was in high school, I had dunks
Mhm.
years ago. So we both wore the same panda dunks. So that was really
Yeah.
cool. We were able to get our nails done. Um,
Yes.
and they,
Still
they
there.
Even, like, a couple weeks later, they're still there, kinda
We
chrome.
should tell them about that whole thing about our nails. So, guys, we're all about, dressing head to toe. Like Stephanie said, like everything was 90s. But yeah, so we went and got our nails done too. We didn't get any photos of our time sitting there getting it done. But what was so funny is we walked in, and this is a boutique that I always go to. This particular time probably wasn't the greatest experience necessarily.
It was good. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. They did a great job, at the end, but I think what was kinda weird about it was we wanted to try out, we've been growing our nails out too, guys, but we wanted to try out their chrome colors to like iridescent colors because it's such a like a 90s vibe anyways. And so with Tori Kelly's theme, she's been doing like a lot of like neon green and purples and things like that. So we were like, okay, let's try to get some colors outside of just our clothes, but like in our nails, our makeup, whatever. And so we went in and we picked out the color we wanted for nails. But turns out that when they were opening the actual containers, the color that Stephanie actually picked ended up being picked like the color that I guess obviously they gave me, which was not the one I picked. And the one that you picked was completely different
Yeah.
from the one that you received, but they still turned out really great.
They
I thought it was,
did.
yeah, I loved it. But yeah, that was a fun experience. I mean, guys, I literally this is like what I wore. Well, I didn't wear this shirt. I actually had it tied around my waist. But yeah, I had some purple like windbreaker type pants, the ones guys that just swish. And if you guys are our age, I mean, we're getting into our late 30s. So this was really nostalgic for us. We were so excited to get dressed for this. But yeah, I had the hoop earrings. I did have like a purple bandana that I tied around. And I didn't have a cropped shirt. This whole muffin top mommy thing didn't work out for me. Yours a cute girl. But I did have like the tight fitted type shirt that kind of mimics a crop top. It just wasn't cropped, but I did have the high waisted swishy pants. And yes, the dunk pandas, we both had those. So
Mhm.
it was just super fun. And so we are so excited, guys, to share our experience with you. So we've got a video here that we want y'all to take a look at. And in case you guys really enjoy Tori Kelly and you weren't able to go, hopefully when you watch this video, it will just bring you to as if you were there. But enjoy it here. So take a look at our Tori Kelly Experience concert.
Check it out.
We're here! Finally! Tori Kelly!
Being independent, not so much of an investment. No one to tell me what to do. Sing it out, y'all. I like being by myself. Don't gotta entertain anybody else. No one to answer to. see your lights up.
All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed it. And the thing is, I wanted to add, honestly, more videos to it because it was just so fun. The girl can throw down, her vocality, everything, dancing, singing, even when she was speaking in between like her songs, which I didn't get that there. She's just so inspirational, guys. So I hope that took you a little bit, you know, there and back and made you feel like you were part of that experience. But I certainly enjoyed it. I know you did too, sis.
I did. It was so Tori Kelly. I know my bestie here, Z, she introduced me to Tori Kelly years ago, and she is just such a great artist.
Mhm.
She writes her music, of course, co-writes her music. Her voice, like Stephanie said, it is beautiful, so melodic.
Yeah.
And she is just genuinely such a great person. I mean, we were cheering. It
Mhm.
was a very intimate crowd, so we were cheering for her,
Mhm.
and you could just feel, like, the gratitude and the thankfulness, you know, when we
Mhm.
were cheering her on, and even she got the crowd to participate. She stepped off the
Yeah.
stage and, got some people to sing some of her songs, so
So
you could
beautiful.
just tell that she's such a humble person. She's very inspired by her fans, as her fans
Mhm.
are inspired by her. So
Yes.
I'm so grateful to have shared this experience with you. I wanna say that Z and I, we were the hypest people in the building.
Yeah.
So we actually
Yes, we could
loved
literally be her hype men, like, no,
literally, like, Tori, take your girls on tour with you. We can
please.
be your hype ladies.
We
Get
could be your
get
backup
the
dancer. You don't even gotta pay us. Like, we'll just show up.
exactly.
We gonna give you
Just
everything
hit
you
us
got.
up with those tickets. We will travel, and
Yes.
we will be there. But and let me just say this, the whole vibe was everything. Her playlist before, we knew every single song.
We did every last
And
one.
like, the choreography, Z knew it, I picked up. I mean, literally, there were so many people. I mean, it was a great experience. It was even more special, Z, that I got to share it with you.
Aw.
And so I know years from now, hopefully I'm just gonna put this out there. I would like to go to at least one concert with you a year.
I think that's good. That I'll
Some
take that as a challenge. Yes, when we get to a place of where we're just like, okay, we can actually afford and do this. And we're
Mhm.
not going to sit up, guys, all the way at the top because it's just, I mean, the screens are there, but you know, if you've ever sat up in those nosebleed seats, I mean, if that's all you can afford, if that's all we can do,
Yeah,
then sure. But man, I want to be able to sit like where we were. So we didn't stand. I have done that before. I actually went to Tori Kelly's concert 9 years ago, actually, and this was her first time back to the Fillmore. So it was full circle for me and but we didn't stand on the floors, and that's what I did last time. But this time we sat actually on the upper level, but we were literally like we can see her, like we can, if we could just reach over, we can probably literally, if she just like reached out, we can probably get close to touching her hand. So
right.
but yeah, no, it was like the perfect seat. So yeah, I would take that challenge with you. I would love to pick an artist that we should see every year. But I also will say this, sis, I've made a dedication to myself and a promise that as long as Tori Kelly is around and she's doing what she's doing, I will go to every tour that she has. So she might be the exception where I might do two a year because I'm
Gotcha.
going to go see this girl. But you guys, Stephanie is right. Like we were really so hyped. And honestly, in our section, they weren't handing these out. I have it right here. We literally got an exclusive poster, both of us.
We
And it was
did.
kind of, yeah, we did. I need to get this laminated just to make sure that I say this. But guys, when this lady came and handed to us, I felt like I was VIP. Like
Me too.
didn't you? Yeah, we
'Cause
were
nobody
looking.
else got it. Like,
No
she just
one
came and
did.
I think she, like, tapped me and she was like,
Yeah.
"Here." And I was like,
Yes. I know we felt special, but I was looking around because I was just like, and we
yeah, no
weren't
one else.
right next to the entrance, we were more towards, like, the speakers. So she
Mhm.
had to walk, like, in between rows and to people to get to us, and so I don't know, I felt special. I mean, I did see a couple other handful of people that as they were walking out when we were leaving the venue that had them,
They
but
had them.
I don't know how many. I feel like there was probably only like 20 handed out. So I felt special. And I'm going to say, I'm going to give it up to us, right? Because we put it down. We were there backing her up every last song.
We really
Yeah.
were.
But yeah, we had so much fun. But guys, on a second night, the very next day, the following night, we also went and saw Justin Timberlake. Oh my goodness, it was so
Yes!
fun. So that was on October 13th of 2024, the Forget Tomorrow World Tour. So I'm gonna let Stephanie let you in a little bit about that.
Okay. So, if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you anyway, if you do know. So, Justin Randall Timberlake, he
Mhm.
has been doing music, as most of you know, since NSYNC.
Oh
So he's a
yeah.
part of the NSYNC boy band back in the
Mhm.
early 2000s. Then he decided to do his solo career in 2002, and he has dropped several different albums, of course, with many different hits. And of course, he is always in the studio. He co-writes. He is just such a great singer. The man is also an actor.
Yes.
He's acted in a couple movies. I'm sure if you have kids like Z and I do, he was actually one of the voices on Trolls.
I love it. Yes.
Yes. So not only does he do live action, he does animation as well.
Mhm.
And he's actually married to a lovely actor. Her name is Jessica Biel, and
Yes.
they have some
Yep.
lovely children. Of course, I'm not sure if you guys watched this, but Jessica Biel was on Seventh Heaven,
Yes.
and they are a very cute couple. But
Mhm.
we went to the Forget Tomorrow tour the very next day. Z and I, we got ready.
Yeah.
So,
Love that.
like Z and I, or Z was telling you, Z, do you want to tell them? I mean, you shared that we went to the Adrian
Yeah,
um, Island
definitely.
Houghton Lavu
Yes. Mhm.
fashion show. And so we picked up some pieces, and Z will tell you a little bit more about what we wore.
Yeah. So, guys, like we said before in last season, so this was so cool. Adrienne Byron Houghton, like I said, has her own clothing line called Lavoot. And the crazy thing is, right around the time we actually went to her clothing pop up shop, she had announced that she is collaborating with Justin Timberlake on this tour with her Lavoot clothes. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they wore. I think um, at the one we went to, I'm not sure if they actually wore the clothing, but I think earlier when he went on when the world tour actually started, they were wearing the similar pants that you have. What is the one that you own? The sports
The lace sport.
the lace sport, yeah. So they were wearing that in all gray. They
Mhm.
wore all black at this one, but yeah. So I was like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wear our Lavu attire to this concert. So that's what we did, guys. So I didn't wear like the full outfit. What I ended up wearing was the La Madame blazer. I did have like my see-through black mesh shirt, or I guess bodysuit in a sense, because it does button up on the bottom. And then I had some really cute faux leather leggings. And then I had some flats that I wore just because I didn't want it, because I knew I was going to be standing most of the time. So I wore some cute flats. And then, of course, I did a lot of the gold embellishments, earrings, necklaces, rings, things of that nature. And then um, I just kind of did like a light makeup, really, just kind of like a gold tonish makeup to wear. That was super cool. And you guys will get to see some clips of that in a moment. But then, Stephanie, you want to tell them what you wore?
Yeah, so I wore the lace sport gray trouser.
Mhm.
I wore a black top with kind of mesh sleeves, gold jewelry, and I wore some loafers.
Mhm.
And I was really comfortable. We weren't cold, and
Mhm.
I mean, we just felt comfortable to dance. Now,
Yeah.
Tori Kelly had a great playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Timberlake did not have an opener, but he had a great DJ. I
Oh my
mean,
gosh.
Z and I, we had eaten lunch earlier that day at
Mm-hmm.
a great faux place that I keep thinking about that I cannot get my mind off of. Z, I don't know
Yeah.
if you'll put a clip of that yummy faux soup in here,
It is so good.
but it was so anyways, let me not get off on a tangent. We had eaten lunch earlier that day. We got to the venue. We ended up getting like some snacks and drinks. And
Mhm.
we sat down. As soon as we got to our seats, the DJ started playing, and we literally got up with our food.
Like,
I was literally so I am a foodie, okay?
you are. I am too, though, but you definitely
I I need to make sure at all times my blood sugar does not drop because we wanna be here for the entire event. I was literally, like, eating my fries, jamming, like, and Z
You know
was like Z
You know
was
what? I have videos of us, so you guys will see that at some point too, which is kind of funny. Is some clips at the end of this episode, but yeah, we were just like singing every song. Same thing like we did at Tori Kelly. So Tori Kelly actually played off her. I've heard people post like, oh, she's actually playing her playlist that she actually listens to when she works out and things. So that was really cool. But what's so cool is even with Justin Timberlake with the DJ, I mean, he played all sorts of music from now, but he did a lot like from the 90s as well. And I guess he did that because, of course, you know, Justin Timberlake is part of NSYNC. And so that
Mhm,
makes nostalgia. Like it makes you think of like the mid
right.
90s, late 90s, early 2000s. So of course it was like perfect to go ahead and play that music. But girl, the thing is with Justin Timberlake, we thought we were gonna arrive like 15, 20 minutes late. Guys, he didn't even start until 9:30. So we
30.
got there
Mhm.
like, I don't know, 15 minutes till 8, thinking we were gonna run late.
Right.
And the whole time was like an hour of music, but that DJ was hitting it every time. So it
He
didn't even
was.
feel like an hour had gone by. And I loved it that everybody was just into it. Even our little section we were in, and guys, we were literally sitting yet again, like right next to the stage, kind of towards like behind him, but you can see everything. You can engage with the band, the dancers, you can see them. I mean, they were more on the other side. We had the actual band, which I actually prefer. I love the band. If y'all know, I can't remember what he calls them. I think he calls
The
them the
Tennessee
Tennessee.
band.
Yeah. And so,
Mhm.
because he's from Tennessee, and they are awesome. And so it was good to see them. But I mean, I wish I could just reach out and just be like, just touch Justin Timberlake's hands and just say thank you, because he just brings me back to that place
Mhm.
of when I was, you know, a young or preteen and just going through that. And the fact that I was able to experience that too with you was
Yeah.
so amazing. But guys, yeah, so we're going to drop a video right here. So take a look at that. You ready? I'm ready. All right, let's do this.
So just dance, 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 go. Something magical. Somebody sing to me. I'm in the spirit, baby.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in and looking at that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys aren't able to experience that Justin Timberlake concert, hopefully y'all felt like you were part of that as well. I know that we were doing a lot of singing, and so I hope you heard his voice because there were times I think y'all probably will hear people from behind us that were singing
Yeah.
too. But it was such a great experience. I definitely wish, that we can go back in time and just revisit because it's one in a lifetime thing. And I don't know about you, sis. I wanted to go to the 2020 experience. I never got the opportunity to. So, when he played some of those songs, especially with that last song with
Yeah.
Mirror, it felt full circle. I felt complete. I was like, yes, I was able. And just his whole platform, guys. Like when you're looking at that, give us your thoughts in the comments. That ending to that concert was phenomenal. I thought it was going to be done because I had seen
Yeah.
people post like on Instagram and Facebook of what he does at the end. And I remember telling you there, and you're like, he's not going to do that. Girl, he came back out and
He
that,
sure did.
yeah, I don't know how they do that. How part of the screen, literally, guys, the screen came off and then came into this like uplift,
And
like
it was just
cockpit.
kinda like
Yeah,
it was like a little spaceship,
converted.
really.
It really was.
It was
It was
it
everything.
was a great experience, and what I could tell you is this: he is a performer that cares about his fans. Of
Yes.
course, it was at a large arena.
Hmm.
We actually went to the Capital One Arena. If you guys have ever been there
Hmm.
in Washington, DC, it's huge, really, really huge, and when I tell you, there are people on the floor, and I mean, it's an arena, so it's kinda like there's the floor, and then there are
Hmm.
people
It bubbles
all the
out.
way around, and then at the top as well. But what JT did, he went from the stage, walked to the other end of the arena,
Right.
and then he performed for people who bought tickets all the way in the back,
That was so nice.
which was so nice. I'm gonna tell you this, sis, what really touched my heart, when he went to the other side of the arena, there was someone, I'm not sure if he had maybe a sign or someone that was with him had maybe a sign, but he had just served or he was
Yeah.
serving in our United States military. And he really stopped for a moment, and it makes me emotional right now just reliving that moment. He stopped and he thanked him for his service because the fact of the matter is no matter what you do in this world, the opportunity is not afforded
Mhm.
if people don't serve.
Yeah.
In order for us to have concerts, have,
Right.
great things to do and be entertained, if we don't support and have some people to defend and protect our country, we don't have these opportunities.
Mhm.
So that really touched my heart. If I
Mhm.
wasn't a JT fan before, I mean, that really
I got you. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
really appreciated him
Yeah.
saying that and taking some time out of his concert to recognize our
Right.
United States
Yeah,
military.
stop and talk, and so, yeah, no, I agree, that was really, really kind and very nice that he did that and made sure he kinda stopped the show just to make sure that everyone was aware of the veteran that was right in our own in the arena, as large as it is to give thanks to him. So yeah, no, that was a great experience, and I'm just so thankful that we had that time together to go. And so hopefully soon we'll visit or see another artist that we really like. But speaking of artists, so guys, this was the first concert that my sister here and I went to together in like 22 years. And
Yeah.
so what I want to do is just share something fun with you guys, like a fun fact and go over this with you guys. So we want to rewind to our first concert together. So
Oh,
I'm actually going to quiz you, girl, because I want to know if you remember who we first saw together.
yeah, I do. It's my first concert I ever been
Yeah.
to. Alicia Keys.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That was that. And I'm trying to, so we had to be probably 12 or 13 years old, if I'm not mistaken. It had to be. I
We
can't
were
remember.
13, I believe.
Yeah. So that was what,
I
8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, something like that. But here's what's so funny, guys. So this was Alicia Keys' first tour. This was her songs in A minor, if I'm not mistaken. Her first album, right? Yeah, this is with Fallen. I don't know if you remember that song. This is the one where she came out, she had her cornrows, and everyone had those braids that came down with the beads and the hat. But anyways, so here's what's funny. I don't remember where I saw. I want to say maybe it was with at the old Hampton Coliseum Mall when it used to be there. I want to say I saw a poster and I had asked my dad if I can go. She was going to be at the Christopher Newport University School in Hampton Roads. I believe it's still there. I pass it every time I come to visit you, but I asked my dad, and he was like, "I don't know, Stephanie. I don't know if we should go." And so he looked online, I'm assuming, to see the cost of tickets. And this is Alicia Keys' first tour. Like, I don't know how much in retrospect, like what the cost is equal to nowadays, but I'm sure it wasn't anywhere as close or expensive. Probably was really affordable at the time. She's just tapping to the waters and getting really well known. And I was just like, wow, that's not too expensive. Can I invite my friend Stephanie? And I will not kid you. I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but he was just like, I don't know if Stephanie's mom would let her. And if your mom is watching, Stephanie, oh my gosh, I have begged my dad to like persuade your mom like to let you go. And I don't know what it went down in your house, but I remember my dad talking to your mom at church one time, like after church one time. I remember him calling, and it was like low key. I don't think he was necessarily begging, but he was just like, my daughter just really wants to go with her and he wouldn't mind taking us. And so somehow your mom went ahead and said yes. And so we ended up going. And do you remember anything about the show? Like I do.
I do. Okay. So I don't know if you remember this, but there was one time. So Z and we were always at each other's house. So I was
Mhm.
either there. I remember, I don't know if you remember this. My parents used to come pick you up for church sometimes. And so we would
Mhm.
go to church together, but we wore the same top.
We did we wear the same top to the
We
concert?
wore the same
What?
exact top. Do you remember LEI?
I do remember LEI now
It's
that
a
you
random
mention it.
LEI. So we had gone, and this is why I'm kinda going into us, like, always
Yeah.
being together. So we had gone to JCPenney, where I live, and
Okay.
we had seen these tops, and
Okay.
back then, Air Force Ones were in, I
Yeah.
think, and then my mom
Is
had
that
brought us the same.
Levi's? LEI?
I think LEI is, like, some sort of, I don't know if it's a spin on Levi's, I don't know, I don't
Okay.
remember.
Okay, sorry.
Exactly, but I remember us buying, like, this LEI top. It was, like, different color blues. It was, like, a white top with different color
Oh,
blues.
wow.
We both had the same top. We both decided to wear the same top.
On purpose or did we
No, on purpose, like, we
how do I
planned.
not remember this?
So, that's what I remember. I didn't know if you would remember that or
I
not, but
don't.
we did that, and then I remember, I don't know why I remember your dad was, like, standing at some point in between us for some
Oh,
reason.
you know what he was, which is dad, if you're watching, I don't know why, but that's okay.
But I remember that I don't I don't I wasn't really, I was just, like, taking everything in,
Yeah,
and I remember Tank
that's what I was gonna
was
share with
there.
you.
He was there,
You
but
know
I
what?
don't li so, we were so young, so we weren't really into
That part I remember
his
though,
music yet,
but that part I
and I
remember.
was just, like, waiting for Alicia Keys. I mean, Tank, if
Yeah.
you ever watch this, I'm not sure if you ever will. We love you.
Oh, yes, no, we do. But what's
But at the
crazy
age
is
of
you
12, 13, we were
oh,
like,
no. Well, here's the thing, Stephanie. That's crazy that you remember the outfits. That I somehow when you say LEI, I do remember the brand now. Had you not mentioned it, But I do remember, I just don't remember wearing the outfits. But here's what I do remember with Tank. So I heard of him because he used to sing backup for a lot of artists that are
Oh,
out here.
still, he does like
Brandy,
background vocals.
when Aaliyah used to be alive, he did some backup for her. But anyways, I remember Tank, and here's why. So I don't know why my dad was standing between us, but there was this part. So he opened up, guys. There was him, and there was a girl that opened up too. It was a girl first, and then and then he was second because he was already kind of well known. I don't remember his music back then. Now I do remember the music, but at the time I wasn't really listening to him, and he would be considered inappropriate for us
For
because
us to have
it was
listened to,
romance,
right.
love. Y'all know about that music. So, but here's what I do remember because I remember the look on my dad's eyes, and I will never forget it. And if anyone on here is family, friends who know my dad's face, you know, you're probably laughing right now. But he came on the stage. Number one, this man at the time, I mean, it goes over my head, but that's a handsome man right there too. I'm just saying. But he came out in a black fishnet. We're sorry. He came out in a black fishnet,
I
not fish.
remember.
Yes, and these oh my gosh,
I
it's
think
making me
leather
cry.
pants,
And
right?
you said what?
Weren't they like black leather pants or
Yeah, they were
something?
black leather pants. So here it is. He comes out in that, and my dad goes, he goes, Stephanie, who is this? And I was like, oh, that's Tank. He was just like, and so if your mom's watching, Stephanie, I'm sorry. I mean, this is years later now. We're a whole couple decades. But my dad was like this. He said, Stephanie, do not say anything to Stephanie's mom. It is funny to me now when I look back at it because here it is, this whole, y'all know who Tank is, just muscular, see-through fishnet black shirt, just giving all the sexual vibes out here. And my dad was just like, what did I get myself into? I'm here begging Stephanie's mom to bring her here, and this is what I'm exposing them to.
But you know what? Like, honestly, I don't, like, remember we were so young.
We
First
were,
of all, we just like music. We love
yeah.
singing. We love dancing. And I don't think back then, like, nothing was ever I don't remember anything being highly sexualized. I don't
No,
remember that. I really don't from being
it
12,
was just his
13 years
body,
old.
you know?
But I didn't so when he came out, I just kind of remember thinking, like, when is
Yes.
she coming on? Because we were there to see her, but I don't remember like, I enjoyed his music. It was great. I didn't know
Mhm.
the songs because, again, we were, like,
Right.
12 or 13,
Yeah.
but I didn't really, like, think of anything. Like, I wasn't like, "Oh, can I get
Oh,
his number?"
yeah.
Like, I wasn't thinking anything like
Oh,
that.
no. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. It's just funny because I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but obviously my dad, because at the time he was, my goodness, late 30s, early 40s. So of course no, it had to be like early 40s. So he's looking at me like, so he made me realize what was going on the stage. And that's why I remember it. But yeah, we were just so, I don't know, just anxious and ready for Alicia Keys to show up. And I remember her the moment he got off. I think maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then she was on. And I remember the spotlight, and she was on her black piano and the same outfit scheme
Mhm.
color that she wore on her album cover, the green and the black. And she was just like, I keep on falling. And everyone was just like done. I mean, we were just right there. And I don't remember all the songs that she sang necessarily. I know like her top hits. And it was just a great experience. But anything after that, I feel like I don't remember it all. But I just love that we were able to rekindle that feeling a
Mhm.
whole like 23 years later. But yeah, I just wanted to share with everyone about our first experience together. But guys, I hope you all, enjoyed today's episode. And so I just want Stephanie to let you know about our upcoming episode.
So tune into this podcast every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Episode 6 premieres next Tuesday, November 5th. So please tune
Yeah.
in. Now, we would also like you to follow, like, share, and subscribe to us. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram and TikTok. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that notification bell, ding, so you can make sure that you can get notifications on every episode when we drop it. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to bringing more fun adventures of ZWSB.24 to you.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
All
Bye,
right.
sis.
Thank you guys. Bye, everyone. Bye, sis.
Bye.